Hi everyone, we go on for the new lesson, okay? Last period we learned about the quadratic equation, right? And we learned how to plot graph, find domain, discriminant already. Now we go the next one. We will learn about the inequality, talk about inequality. Linear like a linear, we know already is a straight line, right? Straight line. And one variable, that means only variable like only one value and one unknown. For example, say we have 2x, for example, like this, minus 1 equal, right? If you before we use equal sign, right? Equal to maybe 10 like this. So then you can solve for x, correct? Become 11 over divided by 3. Okay, this equation. But now we're gonna learn from this equation inequality. Inequality we will use the sign like less than and have less than equal sign or greater than equal sign. Okay, this one we learned before you finish already in equation. Okay, called equal sign. Now we can learn inequalities. Okay, instead like for this example, you're gonna write down say 3x minus 1 can say okay, assume less than 10 like this. Okay, when you solve, do the same way, but then inequality they have more meaning. Okay, but not this one only equal sign. I mean less than. So if you want to equal sign also, you just like underneath represent equal sign. Okay, we're gonna practice this inequality later on. Okay, but now we review a little bit from previous one you used to learn. You see the example one here. Write an equality to represent each interval and state whether the interval is bounded or unbounded. Bounded or unbounded is what? Bounded means they have like some number, no matter open or close, right? Open like this, or either side closed, other side open with the number. Right now, this question did not say the number is what kind of number. So if say nothing, we have to respect every time that's belong to real number. It's a real numbers. Real number that means all kind number, right? On the number line can be including rational, irrational. You still remember real numbers? Okay. So unbounded. Unbounded, that means gonna talk about like an infinity sign. No matter gonna be inside this side infinity or with some number, then we call infinity or we call unbounded. Okay, see example question A here. So the one you like the inequality, right? So inequality for this one. In this case, they want you like inequality to represent each interval and state whether interval is bounded, unbounded. So you can see this if you like as the inequality sign, that means you have to use like this sign, right? Or this one. Have to like all the sign greater than, less than, equal, less than and equal sign. Okay. So in this one, you like in the represent this one. So you can write it down as x, right? That means this one, actually this one means x, okay? So you can write x, but this one is a close sign, correct? This is a close sign. So you can write it down less than x should be, that means the value x between -3 and 5, right? So gonna be x less than equal 5. You see that because of equal sign, right? And then greater than with greater than -3. So this like in the solution set, correct? The solution, what they call solution interval. Okay. So in this one, if you plot graph, we review everything now. Okay, because we're gonna do plot graph on the number line also. So if now we review, okay, and then this one you can write on the number line, right? So assume this is 0 here, -3 assume right here, and 5 should be this side, correct? So when you represent on the number line, this have equal sign, so you write the black dot. And then this one no equal sign underneath, right? So -3 have to be open, and then draw one line like this. So this a graph represent this interval. Okay, you can write in this symbolic or this symbolic, and the graph represent this one. And this one you can answer is a bounded or unbounded. about it. Okay. Now you see question B. Question B, what can do? Less than x, right? Or you can lay down as x greater than -3, correct? Either one. So, but this one open both sides, right, left and right. So there's no equal sign. Okay, again, when you want to plot graph, this one on the number line, okay, on the number line. So this one gonna be, for example, there's a 0 right here, and -3 is assumed right here. You don't need to write -1, -2, won't waste your time. Just like the main number on from the question right away. Just only put on to the right side. That's it. So -3 should be in this side, right? On the left hand side, and greater than, right? X greater than -3. So should, and no equal sign. So you open and then draw to the right hand side, because greater than -3. So it should be the way. Okay. Okay, so, and then this bounded or unbounded, this one unbounded. Why? Because have infinity sign here. Okay, have infinity sign there. Now we come to question C, right? The world, so x, right, less than, now they close, you see both of them close, so you must have equal sign here. Less than equal to 2 and greater than or equal to negative, 0. Okay, then now we do question C. So this one, okay, and then you plot graph. Now plot graph. How to plot graph this one? On the number line, right? So again, this one assume this 0 right here and 2 right here, and this side -1. Okay, so because they have equal sign, you see that equal sign. This close mean equal. Okay, close, this one equal. But if you like this one mean open, this one close. Okay, one. So then 0 to 2, right? From 0 to, so because they have equal sign, so back dot, and 2 have equal sign also, so back dot, and draw one line. That's a graph represent this question. Okay, now go more question is question D. Now do question D. This one. Okay, this one is bounded or unbounded. Question C. Bounded, right? Because they don't have the infinity sign, right? So this one called bounded. Okay, this question is about it. Okay, so now come to question D. D, you can, how to write down. So X, this one easy now. Open both of them, right? So this one, X less than infinity, greater than negative infinity. Okay, so this one negative infinity. Okay, you write in the interval notation about this one. And then when you plot graph on plus a number line. Okay, on the number line. So this, so all every point, okay, this one, and this one we can call this a real number, another word, real numbers. So include every point, So now anymore. Okay, now we go next one, of inequalities. See this one, this four step, I mean, 4 things here, okay, 4 properties of inequality here. If you see, you will get used to a lot. This one in the SAT, they ask a lot, okay, remember this one. So what it's about, we review again, okay, go a little bit faster. Like this one first, if let A, B, C, and D are real number, okay, this means this one, A, B, C, D, real numbers. Real numbers, again, okay, so mean what? Can two kinds, right? Rational, irrational. So every number include decimal, fraction, negative, surge, or irrational number and square root, something like that, right? So let's include everything. Okay, we see the first property, transitive property. First one say A less than B and B less than C. Then you can imply that A less than C. Okay, so in this case, what the meaning? For example, A, right? A less than B. For example, A is a 2, okay? Less than B, right? So B, assume B is a 3. So then B less than C. B is a 3, correct? Now I give you some number compared and then you can see clearly. So B is a 3. B less than C, that means we can get any number, okay? So then less than 4. So after this, you get like the way the answer is what? A less than C. So we have A is a 2, C is a 4. So 2 less than C. So this one is true, correct? Okay, that's the first one. Now, the question B condition. If this is the addition of inequality, this is a plus the addition. Okay, addition is a plus or sum, correct? They have that A less than B and C less than D. Then we can imply that A plus C less than B plus D. Okay, so in this case, you see if I have, for example, I use the same number, okay? If A is a 2, B is a 3, okay? And A less than B, okay? And then C can be any number, can be like a 4 less than 5, right? 4 less than 5. Then A plus C plus D. So that means then this side on the left hand side, A. So if question 2 I like here may be easier. So I have become 2 less than C already, correct? And 4 less than 5. Then I have 2 plus 4 will less than 3 plus 5. So then I have 6 less than 8. So that's the meaning. Because A is a 2 now, C is a 3, B is a 4, D is a 5. The one we assign right here, that's all. Then you left hand side plus and right hand side plus or sum. Then this one is true. Okay, that's the addition of inequality. Now addition of constant, this one even more clear, right? Plus constant. This one, addition of a constant. So really easy. For example, say if A is a 2, B is a 3, right? So 2 less than 3. Okay, so question C, if I have 2 less than 3, right? Constant means you can add any number, right? That means you add both sides at the same number. So you have 2, for example, like this one, 3, 2 less than 3. If I add, maybe say add 1 in there, both sides. So then become 3 less than 4. So it's 2, correct? That's the one. That's a lot in SAT. But now this one, the last one, number 4, really, really important. Okay, this one really important because well related about the negative sign. Every time when you concerned about negative sign, right, there will have something change. In mathematics, negative sign is like the main character. If you plus still not concerned much, right? But then if minus it will affect to when you do multiplication and division, the value will change. But plus minus, I mean, when you sum it up on multiplication, it's okay. But when concerned about negative side, there we have something have to change. See, take a look what the meaning. Multiplication by a constant. Constant, that means you multiply with a constant number. That means any number, real number, when you sum, when you multiply it. For this case, first one here. If C less than 0, C less than 0, that means have to, sorry, this one C greater than 0. So C can be what? Greater than 0. So C can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and can be decimal also, right? To plus infinity. Can be 1.5, 1.6, 2 point something, right? That means this one, C greater than 0. And let's say A less than B, then we can have A times C less than B times C. Okay, so this one, right, is A less than B. For example, I assume A is a 2 again, okay, less than B is a 3. Okay, once you times C can be any number, right? Times C both sides. For example, I times both sides with 2 with the number 2 plus, right? So it's going to be 2 times 2 less than, and then 3 times 2 at the same time, because you times 2 both sides, correct? So then come up become 4 less than 6. So it's a true, correct? Okay, this understand, right? Okay, now next, this one important now, this is this concern, because then C less than 0, now it's a negative. When less than mean negative, okay? When greater than mean plus, keep in mind. So let's C less than 0, that means C have to be negative. So C can be what? Less than 0. So can be like a negative 0.5, whatever number that less than, right? So, and then this is a negative, right? And this one negative 1, negative 2, and can be decimal, can be fraction, can be square root, can be what? Fraction or kind of thing. Okay, so that's mean less than mean the number gonna be negative. When greater than mean the number plus. Okay, so when you see the number line, understand? Like this one C, right? For example, C right here, less than 0. So 0 doesn't include, but any number less than here, this is the X negative, all work for this condition. Okay, now we see this one, y negative affect this one. So again, for this one, A less than B, so I change this one. I use the same number as the first condition here, right? So I say A is a 2, less than B is 3. Once you times C with the less than, right? You times with the all negative sign, correct? Can be any number from here. Can be any number, right? Decimal point, negative decimal, negative fraction, negative thirds, or kind of thing. So when you time both sides with the same negative number, for example, right now I 2 times with a negative 2 both sides. 3 times negative 2 both sides. So this one what we have now. If I like now I like this one first, right? But may not right. Okay, this side less than. So negative 2 times negative 2 become negative 4, right? And then 3 times negative 2 become negative 6, right? So then you see right now negative 4 less than negative 6 or not? No, right? Why? Because you see this when you draw a number line, right? When you draw any number line, all the number, this is a 0, this is a 1, this is a 2, right? Okay, so this one, for example, number 4 here. And here's a negative 6, correct? This is a negative 4, negative 6 here. You tell me negative 4 less than negative 6 or not? This is a negative 1. So like this one, any number on the right hand side always greater than the number on the left, right? Like this one, 3 is on the right hand side of number 2, so 3 greater than 2, right? So if between 0 and 1 is on right hand side number 0, so 1 greater than 0, correct? So then if I have negative 4 on the right hand side of negative 6, so negative 4 should greater than negative 6, correct? So in this case, this one, if you still like less than, is wrong, correct? A1. So this one is wrong, right? So you have to change the less than become greater than. That's why you see the definition, they have greater than here. Okay. So that means conclusion for this number 4, really important. When you, that means any number for inequality, when you time, okay, multiplication with the negative sign, or you divide with the negative sign for inequality, you have to change the sign to be the opposite side. For example, original is less than, greater than, right? When you time negative or divide with negative sign, you have to change to be less than right away. Okay, this one, I think we see example and then you know what I'm talking about for this question number 4. Okay, I think you know already before, but we review one more time. Okay, now next we're gonna do example. Okay.